phone.
Do not disturb. Good evening, y'all. It's 6:45 p.m. and we's back on the sit down, and I got a special guest with me today. We got Nitty on the sit down show today. Nitty, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
I'm all good. Can't complain. It's been a long day, but what? Feeling good, feeling
feeling good, feeling great. Hey, feeling great, feeling good. How are you? You remember that? It's like
I don't. Whose song was that?
I just know it's an old song.
It was off a movie or something?
No, it's just one of those old songs that we used to listen to.
Period.
Or maybe we didn't listen to it, but I might have,
So how was your drive here? Was it cool? I know it's kind of rainy outside today. So.
Traffic. It was a little traffic. It wasn't too bad though. I knew it was a good interview to come to, so I was like, I'm not gonna reschedule. I'm not gonna not.
That's good.
Take advantage of a situation to help educate people on real estate and entrepreneurship, because it's definitely a lot.
Right. Speaking of that, go ahead. First off, Eric, go ahead and plug your Instagram and Twitter or whatever the case is, so people can know. They can go check you out while they watching the interview.
So everything is Nitty's Knocker, NITTYSKNOCKER. Instagram, Twitter. My real estate pages is Nitty Corn Investments. And you can find that on like Facebook, Google Business, and Instagram as well. And I just pay for the LLC information to really incorporate it, so it'll be a licensed business. Airbnb services coming soon as well. So
you got everything going on.
Yeah, Nitty Corn Investments. It's just like investing in everything. Investing in real estate, finances, insurance, education, marketing. Like really just teaching yourself how to be involved with everything.
And you consider yourself clearly to be an entrepreneur, right?
Oh yeah, I like the term hustler more.
Hustler. So when did you know? What point in your life did you know? Like, yeah, I'm a hustler. Like I was born to hustle.
So my house burned down in 2011. I was in college. It was my sophomore year. It was November of my sophomore year. And my sister called me and was just like, yeah, our house is on fire. And I'm like, you're joking. And she's like, no, you should come home. So driving home, well, I was on the bus because, we was in college. I'm taking the bus. I went to Columbia.
Right.
And I'm seeing the smoke of my house burning down, and we lost everything, And I told my mom and my parents, my family was homeless for like 6 months. Everybody was separated. And it was like one of the most difficult times in my life to see my whole family. It was 7 of us. So I'm not blaming my parents for the way it went down, because proper education was never given to them either about insurance and protection and things like that. So, 7 people, we were on the news, all types of stuff. They were documenting my family as this broke family, that lost everything. My sisters were taking Metros from the shelter to Kenwood, and all of that just showed me like, okay, don't worry about me. I'm gonna figure it out. I never went back home since age 19. I'm 29 now. I never went back home. Like at that moment, I got myself a job. So I was going to school full time. They took all my credits from that semester because I missed 2 weeks during the fire. Right. So that discouraged me. And then I went to a community college and was working on the weekends, making about $30,000 a year doing lead generation for a talent company. Right. And then it got to a point where I couldn't really balance both, because I had to work every single day on the weekends and I had to go to school every single day of the week, with them taking all the credits away that I had worked really hard for. So for me, I was just like totally discouraged from school. And I was like, I'm not going back to Columbia. I'm just going to go ahead and go to a media school so that I can get my broadcast trade. And that's when I got into like radio. And it kind of just went from there. So like the fire is what brought out the real hustle.
And which is kind of leading what I was going to ask you. I was going to say, like, was it always real estate? But you said you went to Columbia, and Columbia is more like of an art school, right?
Yeah. So
what was you thinking at first? Was you trying to be an actress, or like did you sing? Can you sing?
I can, but that's not
you
like my thing.
Okay.
I mean, I can sing, but maybe the Red Bull encouraged
people put you on the spot. It's like, I mean, I can sing, but it's like
I mean, I don't mind sometimes, but I can sing a little something at the end.
Yeah.
But no, I went to school actually for dance. So I went to Whitney Young for high school, and at first I had 2 left feet. I could not dance at all, and my teacher pulled it out of me, you know, and I fell in love with dance, and I studied it in the beginning at Columbia, and then I decided to go into broadcasting at Columbia.
Okay.
Hated the broadcast program. So once the broadcast program was over, I jumped into marketing, and that's when all the stuff went left with my house catching fire. I was really into it, you know, and they took all my credits away from me for that whole year, and they didn't give me my money back for it. So it was like, you know, Columbia gave me a bad taste, but I enjoyed the marketing and broadcasting. So I went to a media school so that I could learn how to be a broadcast journalist. And, you know, just spread good news. That was my whole thing. Like, I wanted this whole show about like spreading good news and being like this influence, and like Nitty's knocker came from like knock knock, it's news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know? I definitely saw that, like going through your profile and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
so radio was a big part of my life for like, I did radio for like 5 years, underground radio.
So you're familiar with this setting, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but more of the traditional. I did it was an underground radio station, but it was set up just like Power 92 or GCI with the systems and everything. So I was running boards and doing all of that stuff for my own show. I had it segmented, and it was one of a pretty popular show, Nitty's Knocker Radio. It was dedicated to underground artists. I was putting them on. I was interviewing people from all over the world. I interviewed Beyonce's father. I interviewed Chanel from Young Money, Quentin Miller, Justin Timberlake's DJ. You know, like I've had a lot of opportunities to interview really amazing people. Yeah. So that's how I became like the unicorn girl, like kind of that. Well, unicorn thing came from somewhere else, but like it kind of fell into it, like Nitty's Knockers, the unicorn, the underground radio. She got all the hits. I knew music from all over the world, you know, and I was just mixing it as a melting pot of everything that I enjoyed. So
you just said so many things. I mean, I thought you was gonna come on here today and sit and talk about real estate, but it's just like crazy because, you know, once again, you're so talented and you're using all those talents. So that's what I do love to see. But what I do want to know is, since your mind is always racing, you're always thinking of something, like what new business ventures are you like currently working on, and how many do you currently already oversee? Because it seems like you got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying?
I would say right now it's real estate.
Right.
That's the newest venture, because one thing about me is like I have always been multifaceted. Like I just know how to do a lot of stuff, and that's also like could be a bad thing too when you're doing too many things and not really focusing on one.
I hear that all the time.
But the blessing in it is that my background being in marketing and in communications, self-taught marketing, has put me in a position to wherever I did, it worked. You know, so now with the real estate, that kind of came after the digital marketing education, because like I am an educator too. You know, I teach teenagers and young adults digital marketing with After School Matters, and then on one-on-one consultations. So, you know, that's something that I love to do overall, is just put people on, you know. So like that educational background, I feel like they don't teach us in a way that we understand. So I wanted to be able to teach people in a way that they understand. My teens love me because I'm down to earth. I'm a lot of fun. I talk to them like this, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't give them a facade or sell them dreams that's not real without hard work. And we have a good time together, you know? So the marketing pushed me to the real estate. And the real estate came because my little sister was actually taking the classes last year at the beginning of COVID.
Right.
And what happened with COVID? See, it's just like my life is like a movie. Because I lost my job. I had a marketing job last year. I lost that job at the end of January, and I had an interview for a new job, but then COVID happened. Right. So I didn't get the job because nobody was hiring. So I was broke during COVID. Like I was negative thousands. I lost my car, almost lost my crib. Like my boyfriend ghosted me. Like I was really going through this whole thing. But my sister paid for my real estate classes. She was just like, I'm taking these real estate classes and they don't make sense for me, but I think you would kill it. So I'm going to pay for your classes.
Right.
So, COVID allowed me to study full on. Like I studied that shit hard. Like real estate was going nuts. And I was just like taking it all in and reading, passed my classes. And then after I passed the first classes, I went and took the test, got licensed in August. And I took myself from being in the negative thousands, like literally, like I lost 30 pounds. Like I was sick, I was depressed, but I still like pushed through to do the whole real estate thing. Started actively selling in October. And by like 6 to 7 months in, I've already sold 3 properties on the MLS. I've sold off markets. I've done leases. And then I have 3 more deals that's coming within the next month and a half. Mm. So, like, I just think it's God-given, that
keep working.
Now, everything that was thrown at me last year, like, I survived it. Because, COVID made a lot of people go through mental stuff.
What?
Like, I was suicidal. Like, and I'm just being 100. Like, I was ready to die, like, every day. My family had no idea how I was feeling because I wasn't with them. Because I was so broke and my nigga left me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like all this stuff going on. I'm like, why me? Why do I have to do this when I'm such a good person? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I fought through that shit. And now I'm here way over what I was before and only getting better and only elevating to the next level. So, I consider everything that's going on with me like a full blessing. And real estate is the rawest shit ever. Like literally the rawest shit ever.
And I just feel like, Nitty, just to piggyback off what you said, like your whole outlook and mindset on life in general is the reason why you're going to keep thriving. Like you use every negative situation that gets thrown at you and you turn it into a positive. Like you use it as motivation to drive you towards what you want to do. So I definitely see that just from, all the stories you told me from your house burning down and all of that. Like you just got to keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And man, sometimes, the toughest battles go to the hardest battles go to the toughest soldiers. You feel me? So it's just like, you ain't doing nothing wrong with your end. Keep doing everything you're supposed to. But as far as back to your businesses and all that, like, I want to know, like, because you work so hard. So are you thinking of branching outside of Chicago, or is everything kind of limited to Chicago right now? Because it seems like you've kind of always been here. Your family was here. You went to Columbia. Then it was like, what I'm saying? And it's like, with all of this talent, maybe you don't think more people need to be exposed to what you have to offer?
Well, luckily for me, everything I do has been virtual. And I'm already in a position to where I have connections in other states. People know me in other states. People know my business. And I have clients that are from other states.
Is that from the pandemic or it's been virtual? Like,
I mean, I kind of have always been this social media woman.
Okay.
Just because of digital marketing and radio and just teaching myself how to market myself because nobody gave me a chance. Like I applied to Power 92, I applied to the GCI, I applied to all of them, but it was like, well, if nobody gonna pay attention to the noise I'm making, I gotta make the noise myself. Mm-hmm. And it worked out for me. And I think it worked out in the best way to where I'm not no super celebrity person. I don't want to be none of that, but I'm local and like publicly influencing people that believe in what I'm doing. Everything, what I do is not for everybody, right, but it's for enough people to where I can impact people here, people in the UK, people in like Hawaii, Canada, like there are people from all over who hit me up and say, Niddy, what do you think about this? Or thank you for this inspo. Thank you for teaching me how to do a networking event or anything, So I don't think I necessarily have to move from Chicago, but I am expanding out of Chicago with my real estate. And already, I have clients on the West Coast that I'm catering to right now. I have business partners in Atlanta with real estate that I can call if I want to do a deal for somebody here. I have people in Houston. And I'm kind of just building this thing I made called The List. And it's like a real estate professional list for people who are investors, realtors, attorneys, inspectors, contractors, literally anybody who works within that realm of real estate, they can sign up for that list. And it's my personal referral list. So if I send them somebody, they just pay me a 25% referral fee every time.
You're the third party, you like the intermediary.
Yep. And I figured that's the best way to get to know other realtors and professionals in other states and give them business. If I can't help them, somebody else can. And I would prefer to know the people that I'm referring to. So,
man,
I don't have to leave. I love Chicago. I want to live here forever, but I definitely want to have properties and getaways in other places too.
Yeah. Hold on, one quick break real quick, man. If y'all don't know who's on the show right now, this is Nitty's Knocker, man. Y'all better go follow her right now on Instagram, Twitter, all of that, man. Y'all need to go follow her, man. This lady has a lot of good knowledge. She's been through some experiences, but all of these experiences have made her the woman she is today. So if you're just now tuning in, it's your boy Shawn Mitch on the Sit Down. Go like, comment, subscribe to the Pay to Play ENT YouTube channel, and go follow Nitty on all social media platforms. Back to you, Nitty. So it's like you got it all figured out, man. As far as out here, like just keep doing what you're doing.
I wouldn't say that though. Don't.
I'm saying like your outlook, you thinking positive. I mean,
okay, because I'm like I definitely don't have it all figured out.
You gonna run into haters. You gonna run into people that gonna pray your downfall, but stay focused on you, and you know what I'm saying. That's all you can do. Worry about what you can control. But where do you kind of see yourself like in the next 5 to 10 years? Like the whole. Are your brands or your businesses, or you just in real estate, or like where do you see yourself?
So that's something that honestly I have to work on, is seeing my future goals, because I'm really a day by day type of person. And when you have to hustle to make your money every day, and I did legit hustles, I'm not saying that stripping and all that stuff not legit, but I never went that route with anything. I did graphic design, web design, like interviews. I hustled in the way that I thought was best for my field and my future.
Right.
So I would just say, like, I have to learn what my 5-year goal is, because for me, every day is a day of elevation. I can't determine what it's going to be in 5 years. All I can do is work towards being great. And my end goal is just to be able to take care of my people. Like, I don't have no big dreams of anything outside of me wanting my Bentley coupe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dream car.
Bentley that's coupe. My dream car. One of my dream cars. I want. Okay, I guess where I see myself in 5 years.
5 years
with
Bentley
5 cars.
Coupe,
no, I want a Tessie.
Okay,
which I'm trying to get by the end of the year.
See.
I want my Tessie. And that's the truck. I want the Tessie truck. I want my Bentley coupe, because I love race cars. I love race cars. I also love fat ass trucks. So I want me a Jeep Wrangler in Barbie pink. I want an Astro van, because I used to drive my parents' Astro van to high school, and all my friends loved it because 10 people could go to lunch at the same time. Mm-hmm. And then I want me a Range or a G-Wagon, but I want my diversity to be like, how am I feeling today? I want to hop in the coupe, hop in here. So for me, it's the car. And then, wherever I live, I don't really care, because it's no matter where I live, whether it's $900 a month or $3,000 a month, I'm going to enjoy wherever I live. So for me, my cars are everything, because I just travel.
Period. What about buying a house for your family or something like that?
No, they're gonna be buying their own.
Period. Hey,
like that's the education part.
When I'm making, I want to buy my mama a house, but that's what everybody loves to say.
No, it's more the education, like teaching y'all. My sister just bought her first condo. I helped her purchase her first condo. My mom is ready to buy an investment property. My stepdad is ready. My real dad is ready. My cousins are calling me, asking me what to do. So for me, that's the ultimate win. I don't want to give nobody no handouts, but I want to be able to talk to you and teach you how to be cold as hell at real estate, or even getting life insurance, like stuff that we literally think is dumb, or we ain't got time for, or it's too hard. It's way simpler than you might think, So for me, I'm not buying nobody nothing. I mean, of course I'm gonna buy my mom gifts, but she's gonna buy herself her home. She's gonna buy herself her property and have residual income. She's gonna start her own Airbnb business and have residual income. It's not gonna be me doing that for her, because my mother is also a very hard worker. She's the real Jill of all trades. and that's where I get it from.
You Airbnb cribs too?
Coming soon.
See, next 5 years. That's what I'm saying though. Like, you know,
that's the next 3 months.
You gotta really
that's
get
within
you
the
a
next
board.
3 months. That's
when you go home, you should write a board like next 5 years, next 3 months.
You know, I hate writing.
Bentley cool.
I hate writing.
You got bad handwriting or something?
No, I just don't write anything out. I'm very like internal with stuff, you know, like
you're just a thinker. You brainstorm a lot.
Yeah, and that it could be a downfall.
Because sometimes you gotta write it down. When you see it with your eyes, it kind of just, you know, like certain things for me, like my screensaver on my phone, like, you know, I got like little definitions of words that I live by. You know what I'm saying? It's just constantly.
Are we the same? Wait, pause. We're the same then, because I have an affirmation board. Like I didn't do a vision board. I did an affirmation board of words that I live by for myself.
Yeah, so cool. It's good to see it still people out here with morals. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But no, for sure though, man. I definitely So what you are you the oldest? Cause I heard you say you had 7 siblings.
It's 7 of us. So
7 of y'all.
I'm the oldest. My mother and my stepfather have 3 girls and 1 boy. The boy is the youngest, who we're taking to Arizona. He's going to prep school because he could go D2. We want him to go D1.
Period.
So we're taking him to Arizona this weekend. And then my father has 2 daughters under me as well, with the youngest girl being 13. So
you got a big sister type of.
I know, and I hate that. I'm like, I'm bossy, you know, like, but it's just like, I mean, well, I don't mean no harm with the bossiness. It's just like, how your parents be, you know, like they want the best for you, and I want the best for anybody that
But you just had a birthday, right?
Yeah.
So you were Taurus?
Yeah.
Bullheaded.
But okay, what does that mean to you with somebody that's bullheaded?
I mean, you kind of just, you know what you want, and you know what I'm saying, you kind of aggressive towards what you want. You know what I'm saying? But it's not saying nothing bad about that. You just, you know what you want, and you're going to attack that. So you definitely show your true colors there. But, you know, it's a lot. We could talk about that all day because we got your rising sign and your moon sign.
Oh, not you know the whole you did. Okay.
You know, I pay attention to that a little bit. But, okay, but once again, yeah, we got Nitty on the show. She came in here and blessed to sit down. Came in here with your boy, Shawn Mitch, man. I'm honored. I appreciate you coming out today, Nitty. What do you have to say? Last thing. What do you have to say for, like, anybody that's interested in real estate or interested in, you know, taking that leap of faith to, you know, just be a boss or a hustler, right? Not an entrepreneur, a hustler. That's what you told me earlier. So anybody that's just, you know, just words of motivation for that, you know, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, just people younger than you.
I would just say with real estate, get in as early as you can. It's a lot of ways that you guys can get involved in real estate. You can get licensed as early as 20 years old. Read books about it, just learn about it. And if you want to know more in general, just like talk to me. You know, I have an ebook that I wrote called The Home Buying Process. It's like a $20 ebook, and it literally lays out, it's very colorful, very vibrant, and it just lays everything out from step 1 of knowing your real estate team to the end when you're getting to the closing table. So basically, with all I would say is like real estate is what changes Black people's lives. We don't take enough time to educate ourselves on what a small purchase can do, because just like we'll spend $2,500 to $3,000 on a YSL purse, you can spend $2,500 to $3,000 on the property by buying it before the taxes and rehabbing that property. And now you have equity. Now you have something to give to your children or to yourself or to create generational income. And we don't think enough about generational income, and we always want to get mad, be like, oh, I don't want to hear nobody talk about that, or I don't want to hear nobody talk about insurance and all that. Well, maybe you should, you know, like I'm real big on people changing their life. And if you don't want to listen, don't even act like you want to listen. Don't follow my page. Don't act like you support what's going on, because my mission is to really educate and teach people how to buy property. I don't care about luxury properties. You know, like I don't care if I don't get a $300,000, $500,000 property to sell. I care more about an $80,000 property being sold to somebody who make $35,000 a year, and now they own a property that they can give to their kids or sell later for whatever purpose, you know. So I'm just real big on on that. Like, real estate is your best friend. There's a lot of ways to get involved in real estate without even coming out of pocket sometimes. And that's what the whole Airbnb arbitration thing that everybody's doing and stuff. So, you know, just really put yourself in a position to be powerful. Put yourself in a position to win, because this country don't owe us nothing. We owe it to ourselves to make a name for ourselves, because they've already made it clear that it's not for us. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep working for somebody else who's going to keep taking all your money from you, or you're going to figure out a way to do it how they doing it. So, you know, I know we didn't talk too much about ways you can like do real estate or how the home buying process works and stuff like that, but look on my Instagram pages. Like, I'm putting tips in there. I'm sharing whatever knowledge that I have on my pages, because we deserve to win.
The people deserve to win.
That the ones that really look like us. And I'm not against anybody else getting help, but I'm helping us first, because
we've been held back for so long.
And it's been because of ignorance. It's not enough resources, so we gotta put those resources back in. So
you snap. Hey, y'all, for real, man. Everybody go follow Nitty's Knock on IG, Twitter, man. Hey, Nitty, I appreciate you coming up today, man, for real.
I appreciate it too.
And I gotta make sure my screen time stuff.
Yeah, you gotta go in your settings and put never.
Hey, I know. I was supposed to do that last time. And this light was just everything. So once again, go ahead, plug yourself one last time so everybody can go follow you.
I am Serenity. Go by Nitty's Knocker on social media. The unicorn, everybody's favorite unicorn. And that's because radiance is real, the glow is real, the vibrance, the energy, the love, and the happiness is real. And I try to spread that to anybody that's around me. Let's educate ourselves. Follow Nittycorn Investments as well. That's NITTYKORN Investments. That is my real estate business and my consulting business. So, you know, just get in tune. Buy the ebook. It's at my website. It's a home buying process ebook, $20 for you to learn some stuff so that you can save your bread and go buy you a property and stop renting from these motherfuckers who do not care about you.
She said that like 5 times.
I'm going to say it 5 more. Go get yourself together. You working. Your credit is cool. Don't spend $2,500 on the bed. Spend $1,500 to get your credit repaired, and then use the other $1,000 down for a down payment for your new property, where you're going to be paying less than $1,000 for a 3-bedroom crib.
There she goes. Well, all right, Serenity.
I
appreciate you coming out, man. Hey, everybody go like, comment, and subscribe to the PayToPlay ENT YouTube page, and go follow PayToPlay at PayToPlay _ENT on Instagram and Twitter, and follow me at _Shawn Mitch. I appreciate everybody that came out today and watched this, and I'll see y'all next time. Remember, what you put in is what you get out. And before we go,
it's your world. We just living in it. Is that a book?
Yeah, it's for you. Got you a PayToPlay book.
Oh, period. This you?
Yeah, that's me.
Look at him. Look at him.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at this man. Look at that man.
Once again, appreciate you, Serenity, and I'll see y'all next time, man. Appreciate it.
I can't wait to read this book. This is a nice book.
Yes, sir.